New York City. Here we are in the center of Times Square, the epicenter of North American culture. Where else do you go to find excellence on Broadway? Well, we're here in New York City to find out exactly what makes excellence happen. We're going to talk with Malcolm Gladwell, author of Blink, The Tipping Point, and his recent book, Outliers. Now, Malcolm, as a young man, as a child, you came into running and did some running through high school and even in college. What was Malcolm like as a child?
What was I like? I guess I was pretty competitive, and I was running was the first thing. You know how I feel like childhood is the search for the thing that you love, right? You're constantly bombarded with things that you realize you don't like at all. And then you search. And if you're lucky, you find something. Mm-hmm. And running was the first kind of grand activity that I found as a child that I loved. And so I kind of, in that way that you do as a teenage boy, kind of fixated on it.
Fixated on it and just focused on it.
Yeah.
Excellent. Now, there's some sayings that you're definitely famous for, things like thin slicing, connectors and mavens, outliers, the book title even. They've kind of become known as Gladwellian sayings. Where do you come up with these juicy nuggets?
Well, I mean, some of them are phrases I simply borrow from the academic literature. Thin slicing is not mine, and tipping point's not mine, but I'm a popularizer of them. Mm-hmm. So I suppose I just find things that sound, it's always fun to find a phrase that captures a complex idea, and I'm always on the lookout for, because I'm a popularizer, that's mm-hmm. my kind of job in the world. Yeah. I'm always looking for efficient ways of communicating complicated ideas, and so I have an eye for that kind of phrase.
Well, complicated, definitely, and when you think about different terms and different sayings, excellence is one that, depending on where you are and who you are, it means something different. What does excellence mean to Malcolm?
Well, in my last book, Outliers, I talk a lot about this concept of meaningful work, and meaningful work is work that is complex, that engages your imagination mm-hmm. and mind, work that's autonomous, that you self-directed, and work where there is a relationship between effort and reward, where you get something back for what you put in. And I think the successful execution of that kind of work is excellence. I don't think excellence is about meeting some external standard. Mm-hmm. It's not like you have to win or make a lot of money or be famous. But I think if you can do something that satisfies those three conditions and do it well, then you can be said to have achieved excellence. That's what it means. Because to do something meaningful.
What inspires Malcolm to excellence?
I don't know. I like tackling. I like the things that are difficult in the best way, and the challenge of tackling some task that mm-hmm.
is
not obviously doable at the outset. That's the sort of thing that kind of that keeps me going. And I'm also curious, so I like I'm driven by my curiosity about what's around the next corner.
Like a pokey little puppy. Now, there was a great video clip on YouTube that's kind of traveling around. That's Will Smith at a Blockbuster Awards or something, and he stands up in front of obviously a youthful audience and says that there's two keys to life: running and reading. Running, that if you can conquer that little voice in your head, mm-hmm. you can do anything. And reading, because out there's somebody who's done it before, mm-hmm. somebody who's achieved excellence, and you can learn from them through reading. Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit about your thought on that comment.
How wonderful. Since I'm in the reading and running business, not really in the running business, but I'm a runner who reads. There's something, I didn't realize he was a runner. That's a lovely surprise. I think there is something, both of those are very pure activities, right? That's sort of what's lovely about them is they don't involve lots of other people and don't involve expensive machinery, and they don't involve driving 100 miles somewhere. They don't involve a large degree of technical skill that has to be, right? And that's sort of what makes them. There's a beauty and an elegance to both of those things, and that's why I would notice he doesn't say the two most important things are skiing and reading.
Mm-hmm.
Skiing's not, I mean, skiing may be a wonderful thing, but skiing, there's nothing pure about skiing. It's the most contrived activity known to man. And I don't think ultimately skiing, I mean, I'm biased, I'm a runner. Skiing can never be as meaningful as running. It's just, you know, by the time you got there and bought your tickets and lugged your 50-pound thing up some big hill, you know, you've so kind of distanced yourself from the purity of the activity, whereas I can lace on my shoes and be gone out the door in 30 seconds. You know,
or just sit down in a chair and pick up a book.
Yeah, or sit down
and be lost.
Yeah.
Excellent. Again, here in New York City with Malcolm Gladwell talking about excellence.